This is Valley News Live at 6.
Breaking news for you now. A 16-year-old juvenile male was arrested after robbing a 71-year-old female at knife point in South Moorhead yesterday afternoon. It happened in the 1600 block of Bellesley Boulevard. Police say the man stole the woman's property and ran off. She wasn't hurt.
Now, police later recovered the knife and the woman's property that was taken. The juvenile has been transported to West Central Regional Juvenile Facility and is being held pending formal charges from the Clay County Attorney's Office for first-degree robbery. The juvenile also has outstanding felony warrants.
I don't know. It was very emotional.
Heartbroken?
Yeah, that too.
A Becker County woman says she wants justice after her privacy was violated during a series of burglaries. She says it happened more than 3 times. The most recent was last week.
She contacted our whistleblower hotline to let us know that no one's been arrested yet. As she told Valley News Team's Joshua Pagero, her items weren't the only things stolen. She also lost her sense of security.
Yeah, the door was broken.
Cheyenne Loza least expected to return to her Detroit Lakes home to find it had been burglarized.
And literally had a nervous breakdown, it felt like, on the couch. I came in to find papers, and I just sat on my couch and cried and screamed and cried and cried.
Furniture was turned over and items taken off the shelves. She'd spent a few days away in Texas with family.
It was worse than this. We've been trying to pick up some. My couches, they took a knife and slashed every couch on the cushions, all of those and those over here.
Several Native American dream catchers were removed from her wall.
I have no dishes left. All my plates, cups, there's no dishes.
But the burglars weren't done there. Bedrooms were upended with a mirror smashed in.
These are pictures of my grandchildren that they broke and threw on the floor. For whatever reason, I don't know.
Cheyenne Loza tells us that she doesn't feel like the sheriff's office is doing enough to solve this crime and to bring her justice.
I feel like that, yes, except for maybe one officer.
The Becker County Sheriff's Office is pushing back against that, saying this remains an active investigation. They say with burglaries, unless someone is caught in the act, investigators have to put the pieces together to prove it happened. Loza says she has a strong suspicion of who committed the burglary.
These are pictures of me and my sister.
For the time being, she's staying with her daughter because she doesn't feel safe at home. In Becker County, Joshua Pagero, Valley News Live.
The Becker County Sheriff's Office says they do have a suspect and have given their investigation to the county attorney's office for prosecution. If you need help with an issue in your community, call our whistleblower hotline and we'll do our best to get to the bottom of it. Call 237-6576 and leave your tip. A member of our investigative team will get on the case and go to work to expose the truth.
How about that sun out there? Not only today, but right now. Sure nice to see it hang around in plain sight. And the wind was down. Let's go to Hutch for your No-Wait weather planner and a look at tonight's conditions. Hutch?
2 big factors in our forecast today. It really made things feel quite pleasant. And temperatures a little cooler up in the Devil's Lake Basin. And a look around the region shows why. Still, we have snow on the ground. And that takes an abundant amount of energy from our sunlight today to really melt that snow away. And that's exactly what's been happening. We do have some clouds moving in from the west, however. I don't expect rain from these, and those clouds will actually keep us from cooling down too quickly this evening. 40s now for Fargo and points west. We have upper 30s from Grand Forks into northwest and west central Minnesota. Your planner shows mid-30s for most areas, but that south wind will keep the atmosphere stirred up with those increasing clouds that you see on the Skycam moving our way, so not as cold tonight. We had better enjoy the quiet and dry stretch of weather. I'll have details on an unsettled and chilly pattern that returns to the region here in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks.
You bet.
A man will spend 10 years in prison for an attempted murder and robbery that took place in Valley City on November 21st, 2018. Cornelius Edward Johnson of Mesa, Arizona, entered guilty pleas to all charges. The victim, Trey Kamstra, continues to recover after being shot once in the upper body. Another man was not injured after Johnson shot at him and missed. Johnson fled after the shooting and was arrested in Arizona last January.
A Grand Forks-based contractor has been banned from doing business in North Dakota. Valley News Live first reported on Nicholas J. DeRocher and his businesses in June when a homeowner accused him of taking payment for a construction project but never finished the work. DeRocher owns Team Lawn Incorporated and Vaughn Construction Incorporated. The Attorney General said DeRocher refused to cooperate with his office. Numerous complaints were filed by people in the Grand Forks area that he failed to start or complete work after getting paid. This injunction orders him to stop doing business until he cooperates with investigators. Authorities in Bemidji are asking for your help in finding a person of interest in an ongoing investigation. If you know this person, send a private message to police in Bemidji or call Officer Brucey at 218-766-6161. Reference photo 414. The man involved in an hours-long standoff with Jamestown police overnight was also wanted by authorities in the Bismarck area. It started with a domestic disturbance around 11 last night where the victim claimed 54-year-old Sean Tegetts was inside an apartment building, possibly armed, and had threatened to hurt himself or the victim. After evacuating the building, officials tried to talk to Tegetts. He would later be tased before he was arrested and taken to jail.
Around the same time, Jamestown police also responded to a report of a man with a gun at a hotel in town. 3 reportedly threatened a man with a gun in his room, but by the time officers arrived, no suspects were there. No other information is being released at this time.
Doug Burgum and Brent Sanford are running for re-election. The current North Dakota governor says he's proud of what he's accomplished in the first 3.5 years, but there's still work to be done. One of his issues involves someone moving to North Dakota, but their teaching or medical license doesn't meet North Dakota's requirements. Burgum says the legislature passed some good measures, but needs to be like Arizona, which passed a full-scale reciprocity for any profession.
And it's like basically saying everybody else's levels are so high that if you let everybody come in, there's no risk to the citizens of your state because everybody else is licensure. So that's out there.
Another issue is keeping college graduates here in North Dakota, and he wants to work on getting more people to migrate to the state.
Some rural ambulance programs are struggling to stay open. That's because the number of volunteers willing to donate their time is going down, and the funds to hire full-time staff members to replace the volunteers is also shrinking. This year, North Dakota changed the funding formula for its rural EMS assistance grant. So ambulance services like Kindred that used to get around $40,000 now get nothing. Experts say if rural EMS services are forced to close their doors, it will impact response times.
Response time equals money. So if you want a very quick response time, it's going to cost more money than if you're willing to wait.
We don't get the funding we probably should, and people don't think about it like they should. They just assume it's going to be there, and who knows, one day maybe it won't.
Over the last 10 years, 7 ambulance services have closed, and experts expect more will follow.
The family of the young West Fargo boy who died from brain cancer has started a foundation in his name. Andrea and Travis Solberg say that they want to channel their grief for Landon into something purposeful. You can read about his journey, how to donate money, and check out future events that will support the foundation. Just go to our website at valleynewslive.com and click on this story.
We're just a couple days away from the big football game. Join us this Saturday for the Farmers Union Insurance Bison Football pregame show. Coverage begins at 1 live from Brookings, South Dakota, with kickoff to follow at 2 between the Bison and the Jackrabbits on the KVLY and KFYR Bison Football Network.
Later on Valley News Live at 6, what's being proposed to improve health care in rural America for our nation's veterans?
Sunshine this afternoon, warm temperatures into the 40s, but woo, it was chilly this morning. A hard freeze, 22 degrees in Fargo, 23 in Grand Forks. We have some warmer weather to talk about, but also a big cool down. Details in your hour-by-hour forecast are straight ahead.